So I'm on a trout fishing adventure this morning. I'm at a place called Hidden Valley. It's one of the most beautiful places that you can trout fish in my neck of the woods. It's a weekday. I got down here about 45 minutes after daybreak. There's nobody in the parking lot. This is post-stock trout season. This has not been stocked for a while. It gets heavily fished when it's stocked. It's kind of nice to get down here and not have anybody else in the valley. The temperature's mid-50s, as calm as it can be. The water not what I'm after. I know they're probably not showing up, but there's a family of either beaver or otters. I believe they're otters. There's at least 4 or 5 up there just this side of where that snag, that dead snag, comes into water. They're up there just frolicking around, swimming. Oop, one of them just climbed, yeah, it's otters. 2 of them just climbed up on the log. I know it probably doesn't show up on here at all, but that's really cool. Now there's an otter right here. It should swim right past. There's one coming right at me. Pretty brown. This is probably the, I don't know, 6th or 7th trout that I've landed. I haven't kept any, but I think I'm gonna keep a few for dinner. I think this will be the first one I keep. I can get a little bit of a fillet out of there. All right, so it's just afternoon. Fished all morning and had a lot of fun this morning. I went up into those special regulations waters and realized once I got up in there that there was some different placards up, and the placard stated that you could have multiple hook artificial lure. So they changed it. The sign when you first go into the swinging bridge says one thing, but then when you get back there, the placard says something else, and there's multiple placards back there that look new. So it says that you can use multiple hooks. So I went ahead and left the inline single hook on my spinners and tried fishing with them for a while because I want to see how they would do. And I noticed that I was having a lot of small fish strikes that I was missing. They were coming up and they were hitting the spinner pretty hard. They just wasn't getting that single hook in their mouths. But I never had a real big fish hit on it. I had a flash of what I think was a rainbow. It looked like a pink flash in behind it one time, but I never felt anything on the line, and it looked like a good fish, but I think it just missed it clean. But so I after missing probably 6 to 8 smaller fish, I went ahead and put a regular spinner on there with a treble hook on the back, and then I started hooking up. I probably hooked up with 18 to 20 fish this morning and landed about half that many. I know that's not really good odds. I lost quite a few. I kept wanting to bank land them instead of netting them, and oftentimes I wasn't in a position to do that very well. I got the net here. I should have just netted them, but and I would have done that with a really good sized fish, but I wasn't catching anything. I think my biggest fish was 11 inches, maybe 12 inches. So yeah, it you know, not any real size to them, but still a lot of fun to catch. There's a little bit of everything in here, brooks, rainbows, browns. I caught a real dinky little rainbow. I mean, it was not even legal length. So I don't know if they have some reproductive things going on in here, or if they just put some really tiny fish in here. I'm not quite sure, but that was right at the swinging bridge where it crosses from regular stock waters into the special regulations. So yeah, breaking out into the fields now. Haven't seen a soul all morning. That's been really nice to be able to come out and do some fishing and not have anybody around. Just feel like you got the place to yourself. I can see way out to the field now, and I still don't see anybody. I expect I probably will before I get to the parking area, but there is a little bit of hiking that goes on out here. People like to hike and mountain bike this. It's known for some really good mountain biking. And there's hiking trails. There's actually a camping area here in the valley, a National Forest camping area. So you can camp here as well. Something interesting about Hidden Valley, at least to me, is that a movie was filmed here quite some time ago. My wife was 12 to 13 years old, I think, at the time, and she was an extra in the movie. It's called Summersby. It starred Richard Gere and Jodie Foster. It's a period piece, post-Civil War. Really good movie. I mean, I'm not just saying it because my wife was in it. It is just a good movie. I've watched it several times, and I really enjoy it. So if you get a chance to check that out, again, it's Summersby. And her granddaddy was a contractor and helped build the sets for the town that they had, the little mock town that they had built in the middle of the valley for the movie. He was a contractor and helped build those. So you know, he got some work out of it as well, and it was a real good experience for my wife. She has a lot of good memories. She's got pictures with Jodie Foster and Richard Gere and Oprah Winfrey, and you know, a lot of good memories from that. It was a good experience for her. But so I again, when I was young, I was introduced to this place. It's what got me started stock trout fishing. So it's got a special place in my heart just because of that. It was really good to be back. I need to come back more often. It just so happens we moved about 5-6 years ago further away from here, closer to where we work, and it puts us you know, further away. So I just haven't come up here as much as I used to, but still a good, I mean, it's a good drive, but at the same time it's worth it. So I'm definitely gonna come back more often. But anyway, if you get a chance to check it out, it's Hidden Valley. It's in Bath County, Virginia. I highly recommend it. It's a gorgeous place. Well, I just passed my first person I've seen all morning. I'm getting back towards the parking area now, and there's a young man who was sitting off the side of the trail back there between the trail and the water, and he was in his tackle box changing out a lure, it looked like. And he said he hadn't been here very long and already caught a couple. So I want to thank you for watching my video. I know there wasn't a lot to it, but I just kind of want to introduce you to Hidden Valley. If you want to come somewhere and do some camping, do some hiking, there's quite a few hiking trails, do some mountain biking, and do some fishing. This is a good place to come. I had just a great morning, especially even with wildlife.
you know, quite a few deer, a lot of rabbits, and then I had, talk about deer, there's a deer right there. I don't know if you can see or not, but there's a mama nursing a baby right in the middle of the trail right there. Right in the middle of the road. Let's see if I can get a little closer. But yep, there goes mama, and baby's looking at me now. But a lot of wildlife. I had a really cool encounter with some otters. I had 2 of the otters actually come in, and those deer not running. There they go. Finally the baby took off. But there they go. But I had a really cool encounter with some otters. I had one, it was a family of otters, and the young were pretty young, pretty small, and I had one of them come up to about 10 feet from me and pop his head up out of the water, which I thought was really cool. I could see its wake as it was coming down through a little bit in the water, and then it just pops its head right up. I think I got that on video. I don't know how well it'll show up, but I also had the family, at least 3 of the 5 at one point, over on a log directly across from me where I was fishing. And then I had one of the adults swim right up to probably 7-8 feet of me, and then do a real, never did pop out of the top of the water, just stayed underwater, but swam right up to me and then did a quick circle and then right back over to the evidently there must have been a den there nearby with a bank hole, because oftentimes they'd be in the water and they never pop up to the surface, so they're just going in and out of their den. But so really cool encounter with some otter, and like I said, I've seen a lot of deer and a lot of rabbits. So I really enjoy wildlife encounters, and this place is a great place for it. I've seen a lot of wildlife over the years. I've had otter encounters in the past. I've had bald eagle sightings here. So it's a really cool place for that kind of thing. So anyway, Hidden Valley, Bath County, Virginia. Highly recommend it. Got a rabbit running down the road now.